Hey, what's up everybody? This is Robbie and you are watching Geek Level Asian. This just in, we just found some new information on Twitter from a new account. It seems to be an account that was just created. Again, you know, you never know the authenticity of these types of posts, but judging by the pictures that I'm looking at on my phone, it seems to be pretty real. But real quick, before we dive in, if you want to keep up with this Sentai news, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and I'm giving away my Funko Pop Ultra Zord at 5,000 subscribers. I know I keep saying that, but don't forget. So what you're looking at are some character designs for Zenkaiger, and many of you are probably asking yourself, well, how do we know if these are real, or how do we know if these are, fan-made? Well, from what I'm being told, and from people who know a lot more about the behind-the-scenes work around Super Sentai, these are laid out in a way, the same way, I guess, that other Super Sentai designs are normally delivered when they're going through their character concepts, and it's delivered by a company called Plex. And the way that the characters are standing and the point of view and the angle that the characters are designed and laid out are the same way that they show the monsters when they're creating the monsters. So if this is real, which it seems like it is, this kind of answers a few questions. One of those questions is, in the original picture that we saw with Zenkai Jiran and Zenkai Broom, Zenkai Majin, and Zenkai Gown, are those pictures of them already transformed, or are those pictures of them before they're going to transform? And it seems like those are pictures of them transformed, because in these images, we're seeing them, I guess, in their more civilian robot form, where they are, I guess the word is less bulky. They don't look as Zordy or Mecha-ish, if those are even words. So let's take a quick look at Red. He almost looks like the guy from Ninja Steel, the robot from Ninja Steel. I like the little spikes that he has on his head. They almost look like Stegosaurus plates. The thing that I find hilarious are the white shorts that they gave him. Very interesting choice. Does he need to wear shorts? And then the question, because you get this Donald Duck situation. If he's wearing shorts and the other robots aren't wearing shorts, are the other robots naked? Let's move down to Yellow. I'm getting a Cyrax vibe, a Cyrax from Mortal Kombat vibe. He's got like the tube-like dreads, the machine-like dreads that Cyrax has. He's also the same color. And since he's modeled after Gao King and he's Zenkai Gown, he's got these almost, if you've ever seen Cats the musical, he's got these like leg warmer things going on. These like 80s leg warmers. Let's hope he doesn't break out into song and dance and start singing Mr. Mistopheles. So now Pink is interesting because this seems to be like the one that is most different from the images that we already saw, because her transformed image looks very bulky. Like, she looks like she's got a lot of armor, but then her civilian robot look kind of almost looks like what we already saw. It's very thin, it's very, very feminine. It's almost like I don't know, like Gokai Pink wagon type poses or raptor type poses. But man, yeah, if this bulky form shows up, then this is gonna look insane. Maybe they'll go with the same type of theme where, in Real Soldier, Real Soul Pink was the strongest out of all the Real Soldiers. They kind of did that with Tokuger too, because basically Go-Go can talk herself into being as strong as she wants to be. So for Zenkai Vroom, I think he got robbed a little bit, because there's nothing really identifiable on him. He kind of just looks like a robot. Like if I was gonna draw a robot, that's what Zenkai Vroom kind of looks like. I mean, I like his transformed look. Again, in my last video, I was mentioning he looks like an actual Transformer from Hasbro Transformers. But in this one, I don't know, there's nothing special about him. It looks like his right arm maybe is special. Maybe that turns into like more of like a Mega Man bless. I don't know. It's a different color. I don't know if that really actually means anything. Probably not. So now what's really awesome is that we're also seeing some other information that answers a few questions. Now that they're transformed and they're the robots that we saw in the last pictures, if they need to become like a gigantic mecha, what does that look like? No, they're not going to be going inside gigantic robots. It's probably more like a Gozei Knight where they, just transform, and we're seeing pictures of them transformed as their actual animals. I shouldn't even say animals, because we've got pretty much everything on here. Looks like we've got a lion, we've got the T-Rex. I guess that Zenkai Majin is a dinosaur or a pterodactyl or a dragon or something. And then Zenkai Vroom looks like a dump truck, maybe? Is he a dump truck? And then below that, we see the way that they all intertwine. So let's take a look at these. We have red and yellow. They intertwine. They, they combine and make something, some red and yellow thing. Even yellow and blue mix, red and pink mix, and pink and blue mix. So now this tweet has been translated. Let's take a look at what it says. Zenkaiger, Goshikita Kaito is a young man who wants to be number one in any field. It doesn't matter what. He's a man who goes from 0 to 1. I mean, 0 to 1 is not a ton, but hey, at least he's going from nothing to something. Usually just a happy goof. If his switch is activated, he becomes a hot-headed fool. So Zenkaiger's gonna be a hot-headed fool? He's the leader? He considers everyone his friend and often invades personal space. In any case, he rushes at everything with full power, full throttle. So that's probably gonna be his catchphrase, full power, full throttle. You know, everyone has a catchphrase. Zenkai Juron, which is the Megazord Daijujin looking one. Actually, the oldest member of the team, he thinks of himself as a cool and reserved old man, but he's actually an annoyingly stubborn Kikanoid. Oh, I guess that's what they're called, Kikanoids. Even though he's a mechanical life form, he's bad at technology and is muscle-brained power type. Interesting. Okay, good to know. He's a fierce friend and values his friendships and hits it off immediately with Kaito, with Zenkaiger. He loves parties and being the center of attention. So he's the old guy who's muscle-brained and loves to be the center of attention. These translations are hard to read, bear with me, I'm sorry. Zenkai Gown, a natural airhead Kikanoid who is peaceful and considered humanity as just one among animal kind. Conversely, he doesn't get along with his own kind and is rather cold to other mechanical life forms. His specialty is cooking. He is very diligent, preparing meals for Kaito, because he's the only human. Zenkai Vroon, it says Vroon, not Vroom. Interesting. A serious class president type character, he loves learning but hasn't had a chance to receive formal schooling, and there's a lot he doesn't know. So he's an uneducated but wants to be educated robot. There's a lot he is interested in knowing, and sometimes his questions will be annoying or dark unintentionally. He loves cleanliness, and his specialty is cleaning. He has a habit of falling in love with people, no matter their race. Good for you, Vroom. Zenkai Majin. She considers herself reserved and shy, but at times she's actually quite brazen. She loves magic, the occult, and non-scientific things, obviously because she's into magic. She becomes intensely obsessed with those things she loves and is basically an otaku. Oh, she's an otaku. That's funny. As a mechanical life form, she sees humanity as a fantasy and is incredibly interested in it. It's kind of like the Weasley father who's interested in muggles, I guess. In contrast with Rune, she's the type to never clean up. Oh, she's messy. Goshikata Izumu and Goshikata Mitsuko are Kaito's parents. They're professors who discovered the existence of parallel worlds and are currently missing. Ooh, we're playing with parallel worlds. That makes things interesting of how it's going to tie into other Sentai. Goshikita Yatsude, Kaito's grandmother, who runs a sweets shop cafe called Colorful. He lives with her. He lives with his granny. That's nice. Sekan, I might be butchering these names. Sekan or Sekin or whatever you want to call him. A mechanical bird that was left to Kaito by his parents. When the enemy invades, he suddenly starts talking. This is getting a little Time Force Gokaiger-y. There's a list for the animal vehicle names. I'll just go through them. So the animal vehicle form names for the Kikanoids are Gown Lion, Juron Tyranno, Majin Dragon, Vroon Dump. He is a dump truck. Kikai Henki is what it's called when the robots shift to their mecha form. So when they turn into mechas, they're gonna probably shout Kikai Henki. And those are called Zenkaio, Jura Gown, Vrumajin, Zenkaio, Juramajin, Zenkaio, Vru Gown. I'm just gonna let you guys decipher all of that. So there's a weapon, and I guess this is the weapon that Zenkaiger is holding in this image. The GearTrigger, or Tlinger, the GearTrigger, I don't know what it is. A gun-type Henshin device developed by Kaito's parents. By settling Sentai Gears, condensed versions of Super Sentai powers, into it, you can transform into a Zenkaiger of that Sentai's type, Robo Combo only. Also allows Zenkai Juron and the rest to grow giant and combined. Wow, there's a lot going on in here. So the Sentai Gears that we looked at in the last video, gears used by the heroes, condensed versions of the Super Sentai who exist across the many parallel worlds allowing the Zenkaiger to transform. They can also be used to call on those Sentai's powers. It is a Gokaiger type anniversary series. That is amazing. Okay, I gotta calm down for a sec. Kikai Topia? One of the many parallel worlds that exist. It's a world that is home to mechanical life forms known as Kikanoids. The majority of Kikanoids are beings of good, but the current ruler is the evil dynasty, Toji Tendo, and rules them with fear and an iron fist. Okay, so basically, Kikai Topia. I'm an idiot. Kikai Topia is where they live, and there's evil Kikanoids. Kikai Topia Dynasty Toji Tendo, the organization who rules over Kikai Topia with an iron fist. Tojiru Gears. Gears the villains use. Oh, there's villain gears. Okay. Using parallel world tech, misuse the tech Kaito's parents created. Worlds are Toji Comin. I'm terrible at Japanese, guys. That means locked up. Toji Komita? And gears are created. Tojiru gears can be set in the minions and call forth the power of those locked up worlds, summoning monsters from them. So I guess we're gonna see monsters from other Sentai. Guys, I'm sorry if that was an information vomit. There's a lot of info in there, and I did a terrible job reading it all, but I wanted to get it to you as fast as possible. This is incredible. So things that we've learned, okay? So the robots do have more, not human, but more, I guess, civilian type forms that we're gonna see. So they do henshin into what we've seen before, the more bulky looking robots. They do have like animal, dinosaur, dragon, vehicle forms, which are gonna be their gigantic forms. The Sentai Gears do pull the power of other Sentai. I don't know if it's gonna be exactly like Gokaiger. Let's see what they do with that. But evidently, across the parallel worlds or universes, we're gonna be able to pull powers. It is that type of anniversary season. This just made me so excited about it. There is maybe a bird type mentor robot, which we've kind of seen in previous seasons as well. But that's it, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want more news. You could follow me on social media, do all of those things. Make sure to check out my web store because I put up a bunch of new designs. And that's it, guys. May the power protect you.